There comes a point in life when the weight of certain relationships becomes too heavy to carry, when the people you once thought were your home begin to feel like your cage. We grow up being taught to hold on, to forgive endlessly, to sacrifice ourselves in the name of love, to endure no matter the cost. But here's what no one teaches us. Sometimes holding on isn't strength. Sometimes it's self-betrayal. There are relationships that don't break you all at once. They erode you slowly, piece by piece, until one day you wake up and realize you don't even recognize yourself anymore. Today we're diving deep into 9 powerful psychological signs that it's time to let go. Even if the person is family, even if they've been in your life forever. Stay with me until the end, because these signs won't just reveal when to walk away. They'll teach you how to reclaim the parts of yourself you thought were lost forever. Now let's discuss the signs. Sign 1, constant manipulation. Manipulation rarely announces itself. It's not always loud or obvious. It's subtle, almost invisible. It's in the offhand comment that makes you doubt your memory. It's in the sigh that says, "You're too sensitive." It's in the half smile that makes you question your worth. This is gaslighting, when someone deliberately makes you distrust your own reality. The more you try to stand your ground, the more they twist your words until eventually you surrender. You stop arguing. You silence your instincts just to keep the peace. But here's the truth. Peace without authenticity isn't peace. It's quiet self-destruction. If someone constantly distorts your reality and makes you feel like the villain in your own story, it's not love, it's control. Sign 2, lack of support. Imagine going through one of the darkest seasons of your life. You reach for your phone, hoping for comfort, and there's no one there. Healthy relationships are meant to hold you, not fix you, not rescue you, but stand beside you when life gets heavy. But when someone repeatedly vanishes in your moments of need, it sends a painful message. Your pain doesn't matter here. You're always the one listening, always the one showing up, always the one carrying them. But when the roles reverse, silence. A relationship without mutual support slowly erodes your sense of belonging. It convinces you you're alone, even when you're not supposed to be. Sign 3, the weight of constant complaints. Energy is contagious. The people you spend time with shape the way you see the world. Now imagine being around someone who only speaks in storms. Every conversation turns into a list of what's wrong, with their life, with the world, sometimes even with you. At first you empathize. You want to help, but over time, you notice something strange happening. Their constant negativity starts rewiring your brain. You laugh less, dream less, believe less. This is emotional contagion, the science of how other people's moods infect us. If you're constantly absorbing someone's darkness, you begin carrying weight that was never yours, and eventually you forget what your own light feels like. Sign 4, emotional exhaustion. There's a simple test I want you to try. After spending time with someone, ask yourself, do I feel lighter or heavier? Healthy connections leave you recharged. You leave feeling seen, heard, and valued. But toxic ones, they drain you slowly. Each interaction feels like handing over a piece of your energy you'll never get back. You start walking on eggshells, planning your words carefully, rehearsing your emotions just to avoid another storm. And here's the thing. Love should never feel like constant survival. If you've ever felt drained, manipulated, or unseen, you are not alone. Here on Deep Psyche, we decode the hidden patterns of the mind and help you reclaim the strength you thought you lost. Subscribe now, because healing begins the moment you start understanding yourself. Sign 5, when trust shatters. Trust isn't optional. It's the oxygen of every relationship. Without it, nothing survives. When someone breaks your trust, through lies, broken promises, or whispered betrayals, something inside you fractures. You start hiding parts of yourself, not because you want to, but because safety demands it. And slowly, the relationship stops feeling like home and starts feeling like a battlefield. Rebuilding trust is possible, but only when both hearts are willing. If theirs isn't, you'll spend years trying to glue together a mirror that's already shattered. Sign 6. Drowning in their ego. There's a unique kind of loneliness that comes from being invisible next to someone who constantly shines a spotlight on themselves. Their stories, their struggles, their victories, always them. Never you. At first you excuse it. You tell yourself, they just need space to vent. But over time, you notice a pattern. They don't actually see you. Being unseen in a relationship feels like slowly fading away while standing right next to someone. Love isn't about having an audience. It's about having a partner, and you deserve to be seen. Sign 7. One-sided effort. You know this one deep in your bones. You're always the one calling, always the one forgiving, always the one holding things together while they barely show up. You keep telling yourself, if I just try harder, they'll meet me halfway. But here's a painful truth. Love cannot be built on one person's exhaustion. A relationship without reciprocity isn't a partnership. It's a performance. And you're playing every role alone. Eventually, you'll collapse under a weight that was never yours to carry. Sign 8. Boundaries. Crossed again and again. Boundaries aren't walls. They're bridges. They tell people, this is where I end and you begin. But when someone repeatedly ignores your boundaries, they're telling you something deeper. My comfort matters more than your dignity. It could be invading your privacy, pressuring you into choices, or dismissing your no like it's meaningless. The more you tolerate these violations, the smaller you become, until one day, you don't even recognize yourself anymore. Love respects space. Toxicity invades it. And sometimes the only way to reclaim your peace is to close the door completely. Sign 9. The death of respect. Disrespect doesn't always roar. Sometimes it whispers. It hides in sarcasm, in mockery disguised as jokes, in silence used as punishment. Over time, you start shrinking yourself, walking softer, speaking less, just to avoid their sharp edges. But here's the truth you need to hear. Love without respect isn't love. It's power disguised as connection. And staying where you're consistently belittled isn't loyalty. It's self-betrayal. Letting go doesn't make you heartless. It makes you whole again. Because sometimes choosing yourself isn't the end of love. It's the beginning of self-love. You deserve relationships that make you feel safe, seen, and alive. And if you're ready to step into that power, don't do it alone. Subscribe to Deep Psyche and join a community that sees you, hears you, and walks this path with you. Because here, healing isn't just possible, it's inevitable.